So YouTube, this is a demonstration of the Power Toy, most updated so far. You can probably find it on cnet.com or just look for it on Google, or I think there might be a site for it, but I haven't really used that site. I've only used cnet.com. So what is the Power Toy? The Power Toy is pretty much a scientific material creator, uh, events, things like that, such as plutonium and neutrons. So if you do this, plutonium, it will create lava. I don't know why. It's kind of inaccurate since it's usually supposed to make, atomic bombs and stuff. But whatever. On your left are your spawnable materials, such as nitro, pretty much stuff that can be reacted with or interacted with, I should say. You have your wall. You have to delete your wall. This usually not used unless you're going to share this with someone. This blocks everything but is conductive. So if you used it with metal and spark, it will light up and create an electric current. This lets currents go through, but it also lets particles go through. It turns into a piece of wall that lets things through. So if you did this, uh, if you want this to last, just do that. You see if you can do this here. It lets things through. But then if you delete this part right here, when it does that, it will not let things through. See? Pause it. I don't want to do that. This, I have no idea what this does. I have not used it yet. So I'm not even going to bother trying to help you out with that. You might see other YouTube videos with that. Um, absorbs particles, but lets air currents through. Yeah, it does that. See, fire. It just takes in the fire, but lets the air currents through. Just usually shows wind best. Alright, I like using fire display since it's like that. Uh, neutron is pretty cool. It's like a little gas that looks what it looks like in space, I guess, because it's like a warp speed. And you have, well, I'm gonna demonstrate what all these do, what you can do with them. Water is conductive, so if you have metal and you put water in it and you spark, it will go through. It looks pretty cool if you do this. Kind of like a wave. Fire, pretty much fire. Everyone knows what it does. Lava, if it turns dark red, it's easier to see if you do this. Turns dark red and use water on it, it will turn into stone. Stone, if you use it with fire, it will turn to lava, like so. Then you have your nitro or your nitrous. It is explosive. As long as with, I should say, gas, which just kind of ventures out on its own, but it's also explosive. Goo doesn't really do anything. It pretty much just blocks everything from getting out, but it also lets the air go through. It doesn't delete anything like that. So if we did this, because we use it as like gelatin or something, but if you use fire with it, it will. If you create enough wind, it will start to deteriorate. Deteriorate. Sorry on my pronunciation. It's a South Jersey accent. Yeah, it pretty much does that. If you use C4, sorry about that, and use Control and Shift. Control and Shift will autofill it, use gun here, which is oxygen explosive, which means gunpowder. It will blast a hole in it. You have ice here. If you use control and you hold down control and you left click, you have this, and then when you use this, it would create a negative gravity. Negative gravity, water when it contacts with uh, ice, it will turn into ice. But when you use it with snow, it will turn to water. And nitro does not go in it. Well, most of it, but nitro is pretty heavy, so it's not going to go in. Gas goes in it directly. You have gun goes into it. Stone doesn't. Heavy goes in. This goes in. Uh, what else have I? Snow goes in. Pretty much just for anything. Stone doesn't. You have clone, obviously not, because stationary. This is stationary. Goo is stationary. Metal is stationary. Wood is stationary, and ice. Everything else depends on what its weight is, what kind of material it is. Uh, and wood, pretty cool. You should use that. Fire, make everything explode. Also, in high pressure, um, let's see if we can get this here. High pressure, gas becomes oil. So if you make a giant circle and you put gas in it after a few times with a few minutes with fire, it'll turn to green if you're using the velocity, and with pressure turn really bright red. And once that all burns out, you put gas in it and it turns into oil. Same thing. Also, if you're wondering about the size of the, I guess, material spawner, if you want to call it that, is you can change it while scrolling up and down. More, less. I tend to use less with fire when I'm making a C4 bomb. Doing this, auto-filling it with gunpowder, and turning it smaller into this. This, there we go. And it's pretty cool when you use it with fire. You also have Tracer, which I don't use much, because it just gets in the way of what else I want to build at the same time as it's happening. So you have gun, C4 and gun, and then fire with the fire thing. Here it goes. Cool for when you're using like a goo as a door or something. C4, like a little lock or whatever. Gun, fire. You can also use it with nitro. Let's do it with nitro. Ah, crap. Not what I wanted to do. Just do it with nitro this time. Fire. Makes a bigger boom sometimes. Most of the time, actually. This, we can do this, and gas. And, well, there's not more. Also, another feature is Z on your keyboard, which zooms in. Now, this is interactable, so you can do this, or you can do this. And it's pretty cool for when you're making, like, maybe you're gonna make a city, and make a little line here. Make a little city. You can pretty much use this with it. So if you're gonna say we're gonna use wood, and now if only if we're a block, but you could also do that with this. So you can make little windows, like so, and then you just delete it, and you have yourself a little window. Fill it with this with some nitro and just set it on fire. Now, if you want your zoom to stay, all you do is hold it down and then left click or right click, either one. It works. And if you want to take it out, just press Z again. And that's pretty much everything. Thanks for watching. See you later.